Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. It is Wednesday, 2 days before Juve Empoli, a crucial game to give consistency after the derby that we won, the Derby della Mole versus Torino, 1-0 with a goal of Pavlovic, but also playing on Friday, anticipating we will have a few days of rest, because then we have a decisive game to play versus Benfica. In or out? In. We have to wait. In means we have some hopes to play a big game versus Paris Saint-Germain in our home on the 2nd of November. Out, you lose or you draw, and it's over. Ciao, ciao, Juventus in Champions League, which mathematically it's maybe the case. Yesterday we spoke about Pogba and Chiesa, first impressions. Well, today we'll try to understand which day they can be on the bench. Why is it important to have them on the bench? To change a game? It's a bit too early, but to give a morale, a beautiful mental boost, some positivity. When yesterday we saw the pictures of Chiesa and Pogba, when we saw the video on YouTube of Juventus, well, I felt so much positive energy in the Juventus community on social network. Well, I believe that it can give the exact same feeling also to the players that are playing. If you have them, these two players on the bench, it can be something spectacular. We speak about them. We speak about Mercato. Why? Because yesterday we already revealed some names that are on the top list of Juventus. But today, Gazzetta dello Sport, they surprised me with two new names. We will reveal them and we'll go through the ID cards. Are they important? Is it possible? Yes or no? Guys, I don't know if you did yet, but OneFootball, best app to remain up to date with everything regarding Juve. You just download it. It's for free for iOS and for Android. You go, the link is into the description. What does it bring? What is the extra value of OneFootball? First of all, it's the best app because you are updated with every single news, like Ndicka. Why is he the best player, the best probable left defender for Juventus? It's written there. But also live scores, and don't forget, you will need it because World Cup is about to start. Not with Italy, unfortunately, but also the other team. I believe that I'm starting to go towards supporting Serbia, but that's something else, guys. OneFootball, best app to remain up to date. It is for free here. Link in the description. I don't know if you already put the maximum of likes. I don't know if you already subscribed to the channel. If you did, grande, grazie. If you didn't, it is what it is. We start with Corriere dello Sport. We sing special derby. It's a special derby. I was thinking about Inter Milan, Juve Toro, Roma Lazio. No, they are speaking about Roma versus Napoli. Maybe because Mourinho, he trained Lazio? No, he trained Roma. Maybe because he trained Milan? No. They trained the same teams. Luciano Spalletti, he trained Napoli, he trained Inter, he trained Roma, and we have Mourinho that he's training Roma and also did Inter. So I don't understand why the word derby. Maybe because it's beautiful. Anyway, they will play, according to Corriere dello Sport, a match Scudetto. Mourinho just entered the top 4. Well, it is what it is. This is about Serie A. It will be an important game for Juventus because if we are able to win versus Empoli, we can catch a few points towards or Napoli or Roma. Let's see what the result will be of that big game of Serie A. They are speaking about Pogba. Juve, la sorpresa è Pogba. Juventus, the surprise is Pogba. I don't know where in what world Corriere dello Sport is living, but it was a surprise for nobody. Everybody knew that this week he would be there training with the team, with his teammates for the first time. We didn't know if it was on Monday or on Tuesday. At the end, it was on Tuesday. Surprise, it may be exaggerated. They are saying that he wants to be there versus Lecce. If we are going towards Tuttosport, well, Pogba is doing the front page with Pogba. How many times did we read that word? Pogba. Obiettivo Benfica. If Corriere is saying Lecce, it's the first game where we will see Pogba. Tuttosport is saying Benfica. That's the objective in the mind of Paul Pogba that yesterday trained with the team. He's even targeting Paris Saint-Germain to be there on the field, but his dream would be Lisbona, the game versus Benfica, to help his teammates. Attenzione. We continue with the inside of the paper of Tuttosport, who is explaining a bit what Pogba did yesterday and also the positive feeling that I was explaining you. Yesterday we saw that big hug between Danilo and Paul Pogba. There was Milik that said, non ci credo, I can't believe it, The other players that we were not seeing in the camera, but they were behind, we heard the audio, they were saying, Pogba, finally Pogba. He was training, was giving everything he could, obviously not at high tempo, not at the maximum of his power. that we are used to, but he said at the end of the training, where you clearly saw that he was sweating, training really hard to come back as fast as possible, he said, è solo il primo giorno, it's only the first day. Just saying that he was quite satisfied with the performance in training. We can't wait to see him. But also Federico Chiesa, yesterday it was a joy to watch him doing some movements and so on. Speaking about Federico Chiesa, guys, Federico Chiesa could potentially be on the bench versus Empoli. There are two theories. The one that are saying, wait, it's a bit too early, let's wait for the next game versus Benfica to have him on the bench. Some are saying, let's have him there and even playing a few minutes at the end. Of course, it depends on the result of Empoli, but it can be any day now, can be the good day to see Federico Chiesa for the first time with the number 7 on the back. I can't wait. I'm happy. There is one that is not injured, but we are expecting a lot more from. It is Leandro Paredes. Today, an ex-player of Empoli, Maccarone, was speaking about his ex-teammate, because I don't know if you know, but Paredes played the season at Empoli in season 15-16. He was super young, 21. He was already a leader there. This is how Maccarone was describing Paredes, and he said, trust Paredes. He's a player that he knows what to do. Playing in front of the defense, he loves to have the ball, he also takes risk in losing it, no problem for him, but trust Paredes. And that's the first question I'm asking you in the comment section, guys. Do you trust Paredes? Is he a player that is satisfying you at the moment? Probably yes, probably not. And is he someone that is giving you trust? Speaking about Cambiaso, because they are also saying left backs. Yesterday we spoke about two, Guerrero, we spoke about Grimaldo. They're saying not only the international names are appealing for Juventus for in January, because we are speaking about January, but also an Italian player that is owned by Juventus. They are speaking about Cambiaso, that is doing quite well with Bologna, to be honest. The problem is, guys, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. How many times did we see Juventus wanting to take back their own players that they loaned out? We are speaking an idea, or the first one that I think about is Spinazzola. It never happened in the past. It never happened. Rovella, for example, it never happened. So I don't believe that Cambiaso can come back in January, even if we are in emergency situation. Mirko Di Natale, a few minutes ago, he was saying no. From Bologna, they are saying no, it's not possible. Then they are speaking about Lovric. If you didn't know yet, yesterday I made a video where I spoke about Lovric, who he is, the player from Udinese with the number 4 in the back. He's a player that is quite great, Slovenian player, he has double nationality, so not even a problem for Juventus. He can be a target for next summer. Midfielder, great one, and then it's written, sognando Modric. Lovric, feet and head, dreaming about Modric. Maybe they are exaggerating. This is the problem with the media, guys. Then we see a player that is playing 10 games quite well, and then suddenly it's the new Modric. Maybe exaggerating. Speaking about one football, guys, that I to recommend you to download with the link in the description. They are speaking about Ndicka, why he is a great player to have. I will not explain you that. I spoke about it yesterday, but you can read it on the app of OneFootball. Gazzetta dello Sport is giving me two names that I was really curious about. La Signore si copra. Si copre, what does that mean? That they are covering themselves. They are covering themselves, you know, like in the winter when it's a bit cold, you take something and you are covering yourself because you are cold. Well, Juventus is thinking about it already for January with a player that is called Pedraza. Not only him, for the future, they are thinking about a player is called Pavlovic. Two great players. Who are they, these players? Well, Pedraza is the player, 26 years old, that is playing at Villarreal. He's a left back. So how many names are we hearing in the left back position? Grimaldo, Cambiaso come back, Guerrero from Dortmund. Now we are speaking about Pedraza. It's already 4 players in that position. What does that mean? One thing. Juventus in January, they want to have a left back. They want to have a left back. We don't know yet who. Grimaldo is a dream, but the other ones are competing. Attenzione, for a player like Pedraza from Villarreal that is a left back and quite young, still 26 years old, we can have him. But when I'm reading the strength, it's written no outstanding strength. I want someone with outstanding strength. I deserve it. You deserve it. After all these years of suffering on the left back position, I believe that it's time for us to have a really great player in that position. Another one that is we're speaking about Ndicka, but this time we're speaking about Pavlovic. Strahigna Pavlovic, great Serbian player, another Serbian player after Milinkovic-Savic that is a target, even if it cost a lot of million. Now we are speaking about the Serbian defender, 21 years, a young player, but he's a monster. He is a beast. He's doing really great with Salzburg. The guys, when you're reading at the strengths, ground duels, tackles, aerial duels, he's able to play as a left back. He's able to play in his original position, that is a central defender with a left foot, which we are missing at the moment. A big beast. Can you imagine, guys? Pavlovic with Bremer. Mama mia. For the summer, not for January. Or can you imagine Ndicka with Bremer? Ndicka, really great, super fast and so on. So which one is your preferred one? Let me know in the comment. I'm really curious. This was it for the video. We spoke about Paul, we spoke about Fede, we spoke about new names like Pavlovic, like Pedraza. I'm curious to read your comments. Dai, today comment, put a maximum like, subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.